let's see what happens.
Man. Now, with that being said, you weren't here for a few days.
Hmm.
You had a topic about it. I know you probably got a lot to address on it. So we just gonna call this segment training camp rant. You know, and we can literally take this segment and talk about anything that we've heard in training camp from both of our teams. But I'm gonna let you have the floor first because you got a lot. Like CD just not showing up. Your man was there and had about 5 trades done in one night. I don't know, and he's still on the team.
And rejected all of them.
Man, I'm just waiting for him to go live. That's all.
See, this is a little bit more magnetized from what happened with Debo a couple seasons ago,
Yeah.
because this is when he was very verbal about this. Because Debo didn't go on a show or a podcast saying that he was willing to be gone because he didn't get paid. He wasn't, he wasn't tweeting saying that San Francisco didn't want him. We know that's false because they've been trying to talk the contract with him since the off season started. Then he's saying that he wants to get paid, but he also wants to win. So I mean, he got to figure out where exactly he wants to go.
Emotional, damn it!
It's not too many teams that's going to pay you what we're going to pay you right now, because we're offering you at least 26 to 28.5 million. Pittsburgh doesn't have that much to be able to offer you that right now.
That is true.
Because Pittsburgh only has 15 million in cap space. That's less than what we have. The two teams that had more both said no. They're out of the conversation now, which is the Commanders and the Patriots. The Browns don't have enough money either. They would if they would have given up Amari Cooper, but he already said no. He said he don't want to go there. So, are you going to go to Pittsburgh for less money? That's pretty much what you're going to have to do, because Pittsburgh doesn't have the capital that San Francisco is looking for, because they want a receiver to go along with trading away a receiver, because we want someone that's going to help us now. We got Super Bowl aspirations. We want someone that's going to help us win. We don't want something that's going to help us next year. We're not focused on next year. We focus on right now. So this is what I was not expecting. I'll say that. I wasn't expecting to get to this point, but it's still kind of sort of going the way that I said. I said if we trade him, we're going to need a lot. We're going to need some picks and a player. Mm-hmm. Or at least a first and a second at bare minimum. And that's what's been good. That's what's been I'm getting tongue tied. The discussions. The discussions have been that
I like you frustrated.
Slightly.
Gotcha.
Definitely slightly frustrated. But the discussions have been that if it was the Browns, it'd been Amari Cooper and picks, which would have been a great deal, because we got somebody, we got a proven receiver, and we're gonna be good. Then if it was the Patriots, it would have been Kendrick Bourne, who's used to the system. So I'm not mad at that, because it's a return to play. I've always loved Kendrick Bourne. I wish we never let him go. I don't think he's as great as BA, but I think he has that potential if he's given healthy. If you give him the targets, him having, Purdy there. I don't know if he's as great as a route runner as BA or a blocker. He hasn't been with the team for a while. So, but I still think he's a pretty good receiver at what he does. I don't think he's a number one receiver, but he's pretty good. So I guess it's fine. It's someone that's used to the system, which is what we did with signing Matt Breida in the offseason. So that's somebody who's used to, he was here before. So it's fine. But no one else is giving what we wanted. Same thing with the Commanders. The Commanders knew we were going to ask for Terry McLaurin. and remember, I said that before. I said that in the chat. I said, you give us Terry and some picks, you can have BA.
Yeah.
And that's what John Lynch said. John Lynch said, well, we want Terry and picks. And the Commanders was like, nah, we out. So
he listened to the show. That's what it sounded like.
All I'm saying is all I'm saying is I be trying to tell people I know my team, and then when stuff happens, and after what I said, they be like, oh, okay, well, I guess he was. Yeah, I mean, I followed them enough. I kind of figure what they be thinking now and what they want. I've seen this happen since they've been there, and this is what they do almost every time it comes to a contract situation. The the one time where we traded someone where I was pissed off was when we traded away DeForest Buckner. I felt like that was.
Yeah.
I felt like that was the most idiotic thing to do to trade him away and keep Eric Armstead. I've always been more of a fan of DeForest Buckner than Eric Armstead. I did not think he was that great. Plus,
I wasn't mad when y'all did it, but I was mad when y'all did it.
I know you wasn't mad. You was happy we did.
But technically, it didn't stop us from y'all beating us. But either way, like
it was less of a threat on that other side, of course. Yeah. But I mean, at this point, I just want a resolution. Is he going to stay or is he going to go? So if he goes, then Pittsburgh up the offer. We need Pickens or and some picks. We need a receiver. We need a receiver to go with that. That's what's been reported. That's what I've been seeing is that we need a receiver to go along with trading away Brandon Ayuk. We need that or another player that's going to help us this year.
And how much?
And I'm not saying TJ Watt because I think TJ Watt is out of the question. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are even going to think about trading him.
No.
But
they'll fire Mike Tomlin before they trade TJ Watt.
Of course. No. But that's
how much is he looking for again?
Brandon Ayuk, he wants to get paid $30+ million a year.
But he also wants to be on a winning team.
Yep.
Because the report that came out was saying that the Patriots was going to offer him the 32. They're going to pay him like he was a top 5 receiver.
The contract offer was 4 years, $128 million, which is $32 million a year.
That's basically in the ballpark of AJ Brown, and you above Devontae Smith. Like, bro.
Yeah, that's the money he was looking for, and they offer him the contract. And that's the most money that anybody was going to offer him.
And technically, I'm kind of glad he didn't sign because if he get 32, like I told Joe on the show, he get 32, the CD gonna be like, man, you know what?
I'm gonna need 40.
If y'all ain't paying that, then I'm out. Mm-hmm. Like that's just what it was. So I mean, and then another report came out saying about Trent Williams. I know y'all want to sign him back, but something about if he retire early, then the voids and it's gonna hurt the cap.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to protect the team. But this is where I'm going to disagree with the team. Forget all that, man. We know what he's capable of. Pay him. This is the one time where I'm not going to agree with John Lynch or anyone when it comes to this contract situation. Pay Trent Williams. If we don't have Trent Williams, our offensive line is going to be trash next year. I'm telling you that right now. I told y'all last year when Trent Williams is not there, the offensive line is bad. And what happened when he got hurt? The offensive line was terrible.
Yeah. He got hurt in the Browns game, right?
Yep. And then I think the next 2 games he missed.
Yep.
And it was not the same.
Yep.
It was not the same.
And then with that, I think Debo went down in one of those games.
He went down. Remember, it was 3 players that got hurt in one game. CMC got hurt, Debo and Trent. All of them got hurt in that Browns game.
Yeah. Yep. No, that was a bad time. I mean,
CMC was the only one that came back though. The very next week.
Yeah, and CMC. I heard CMC dealing with something right now, but again, it's training camp. Football don't start for another month or 2, like officially start.
But you know how I feel about that. Him being on the Madden cover,
you already know.
Yeah, I ain't too happy about that, but that's just really all I really got to say about training camp right now. Purdy looks good so far, but he's had some bad days, of course, with Trent not being there. But he's creating some. We got some injuries in the wide receiver positions, which is why we keep signing receivers to have some depth pieces because we need it because we got so many injuries, of course, and along with BA not being there. So, but Debo is looking crazy right now. He's the one person that's been at every single practice, and he's been showing out every single practice. He got a lot to play for. You know, he got a point to prove.
It was a report that came out that said, some vets get a day off, and it was like Debo has not taken a day off. He like, nope, I'm on a mission, and I ain't mad at him. Like I told you, I watched receiver, and it was like, how could you not like his work ethic? Like you just gotta respect it. And even when you call Bradbury trash, I mean, he called him trash and stood up and stood by it.
Yeah, that was my dog.
Yeah, don't wear no more t-shirts, Kittle. But other than that, y'all like. You know, I took that very, very personal after the
I
low.
think he gonna wear it again this year. I honestly
I know
think
he is. I know he is. And I'm waiting. See, this is the beauty of us playing again. Because now, Micah, nobody forgot what you said after the game. So you have to play him again. Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to come in with a shirt? Or you going to say something on the podcast? So again, we'll see. But I just also wanted to get that quick update because y'all got a lot going on. Again, if you want to hear about the Cowboys, just tune in to FS1. Talk about them every day.
all the time.
You ain't got to worry about that. I mean, another thing I want to get to before we leave.